What's your age?
24. 26.
Where you from?
Los Angeles.
What do you look for in a man?
Paper.
You're kidding.
No.
Why are you so interested in a man's money?
I mean, he has to be like, taking care of me. Of course.
Being that you both live in LA, how much would you expect him to make?
At least enough to take care of me. He doesn't have to be like a rich, but he does have to.
So let's say I was your man and I was taking care of you. What would you do for me if I'm paying for everything?
Sit at home, cook, clean. Blah, blah, blah.
That's all I'd get in return.
What else do you want?
Modern women don't like most men. It is a very sad and unfortunate reality we live in, but it is one that we have to absolutely confront. Women have created this reality for themselves. They love it, they enjoy it, and they live by it. It's quite unfortunate, but it is just a reality that we have to accept. How did things end up becoming like this? It's simple. A lot of it has to do with the Sims. The Sims have made this a reality for our society. The Sims have enabled women to live lives where they don't have to take responsibility for roughly anything that they do. You know, it's an unfortunate thing, but it's just how things have turned out as a result of the actions of the Sims. Let's check out some more videos.
Is it a bad boy or a nice guy?
So I used to be very on that bad boy vibe, but now I'm more on the nice guy vibe because, I don't know, like fuck toxic relationships, only healthy relationships now.
What do you think it was about the toxic ones that kept you wanting more?
I think it was just like the thrill of the chase, but I was also like less mature, so like that is something that I like looked. I just went to guys for the fun of it, like literally the thrill of the chase, and now I'm more like, okay, like do we have something good going on, or is this just a fling, you know what I mean?
And what was it about the nice guys that like kind of turned you off, the stability of it?
Well, I don't like a guy that's too nice. Like, I don't like a vanilla-ass dude. Like, I need you to spice it up sometimes. Like, I don't want you to be super nice, but I also don't want you to be, like, toxic. You know, there has to be a good balance.
You see, the thing about modern women, the thing about women in general is that women enjoy a mixture of pain and pleasure. And it's hard to say this, it's hard for a lot of people to hear it, but it is the honest to goodness truth. This is how women are. Women, by their nature, by their core, have very toxic attitudes. You know, their way of thinking, their behavior in and of itself is sadly very, very toxic. And this is the reason why they constantly get into relationships with very toxic men, because these are the men that they love, these are the men that they want to have relationships with, these are the men that they secretly wish they could marry, but these men cannot provide for them. These men cannot take care of them. So what they ultimately end up doing is going out and finding a man who can. And it's very sad. The guy that they did not want and they still do not want is the guy that they'll ultimately end up marrying, because that's the guy who can provide for them. The craziest part about this is that, like I said, they don't actually love this guy. They can like things about him. They can like what he can do for them. They can like certain characteristics he has. You know, they can like how tall he is. They can like his six pack, but they don't actually like him. They don't actually love him. Like, they wait for the guys at the finish line and then say, Pikachu, I choose you. And it's so foolish that men don't realize this. But at the same time, you have to understand, men have been conditioned to believe that this is how it just works. Basically, give her what she wants, and you may be able to find someone who will engage in physical intimacy with you every so often. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. In our logical guy brains, we thought, well, it makes sense that a woman is going to choose a man who's going to be a good provider, but at the same time, love can develop in that relationship. Bro, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Whoa. What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Guys, love never had anything to do with it and never will have anything to do with it. Because the guys that women actually love are the guys that they know they simply cannot marry. because they will not, because these guys are not providers. Okay, they get into relationships with these guys, they get their backs blown out by these guys, and then they go and find a plan B guy to hold them down. But of course, from all the plan B guys, they want the very best of the plan B guys. So the guy who is 6'3", makes $1 million a year, has a six-pack, can give her 6 inches, and and the works, and then a slew of other things. That's the plan B guy. That's the plan B guy. That's not a plan A guy. Plan A guys are your, are your very, very wealthy guys. So your guys who have like $100 million, $1 billion, guys like Drake. Those are the plan A guys, unfortunately. Okay. And then the plan S guys, sensual guys, those are the guys that they actually love. Those are the Chaz and the Tyrones. Those are the guys that bring literally no actual value into their lives, but they love being around these guys. These guys are usually extremely toxic. And of course, they are attracted to these men because they themselves are very toxic individuals, which tells you a lot about modern day women. I play videos by Soraya, S to the B. I don't know if you haven't seen her. I've played videos by her quite a few times, and she's talked about her relationship where when she met her husband, she immediately knew that he was, he liked her, and she did not try to push him away. Why would she do that? She basically made it very clear to him that she was interested in him right away. And then she did everything in her power to make sure that he knew that everything was all right, that she wanted to be with him, that she would compete for him. And she's been able to hold down this man for like something like 20 years. And a lot of women will sit there and criticize her. But here's the thing. She's playing the long game. A lot of these women are the same women who have OnlyFools and OnlyFans accounts. All right. They sold out their futures for instant gratification in the present. Soraya is looking forward to 50, 60, 70 years old. She's looking 30, 40, 50 years into the future. That's right. She's looking far ahead into the future. These modern women, they're just looking at a few years ahead. And they think that men are so foolish that they can find a fool that they're going to, just get to hand over everything he's worked for over the course of his life. They don't even realize that the millionaires right now are all going underground. The millionaires are ghosting in plain daylight. Like a lot of these dudes now, they've watched these videos. They know exactly what happened. They've learned their lessons. All right. Like these young women, they think that they're winning. They're gaming these dudes. They really aren't. A lot of the millionaires are ghosting in plain daylight right now. They're walking around like looking like they're like, they don't really have it like that, driving around in beater cars or old luxury cars, because if you think about it, the average man does not want to drive any of these new cars. A lot of these new cars are absolutely terrible. Okay, they come with far fewer features than a car that came out 20, sometimes even 30 years ago. Oh, you want heated seating? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay an arm and a leg for that. Oh, you want, all-wheel drive? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay an arm and a leg for that. It's just absolutely insane. All right, versus a car that came out 20 years ago where these features used to be standard. I mean, most men don't want these crappy new age expensive cars. They only buy them so that they can show off and try to attract a woman who will then possibly give them some attention and say, okay, maybe, just maybe, if you play your cards right and buy me enough things and spend enough money on me, you may just be blessed with a little bit of physical intimacy. Like, guys, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. I mean, that's sugar babying. Let's be very, very clear. That's just long-term sugar babying. And that's how modern women operate. It's a very, very toxic reality. And, women who engage in this, they don't like men. All right. Modern women don't like men. They just like what you have and they like what you can do for them, but they do not like you. The guys that they actually love, the Chaz, the Tyrones, the Ray Rays, the Pookies, the little Ponchos, little Poncho, fat little belly, those guys are not marriageable men. Those are the men that they love, but they will never love you. Like, I made a video many, many years ago that was titled, "She Will Never Love You." And it was absolutely true. As I said, she can love certain things about you. She can love the things that you do for her. She can love some things that you have, but she will never love you. There's no such thing as unconditional love for a man when it comes to being in a relationship with a woman. The only people or person that may ever love you unconditionally is your mother and your dog. You know, yeah. And the truth of the matter is that, you know, even some guys don't even have that. Some guys don't even get that. You know, the only people that a woman will ever love unconditionally, possibly, are her children and pets. And like I said, some children don't even get that. Some men don't even get that. It's an unfortunate reality, but it's a reality that all men have to confront and realize, because if you do not confront this reality, then you are going to be engulfed by this reality. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Modern women don't like most men. What do you guys think about this? I want to know your thoughts. Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.